You're getting married?
I'm getting married soon.
So look, when I hooked you up with this dude in Australia,
I know it was you. I mean, you called it. We really do credit you.
I had no idea
I didn't either.
that you were going to get all carried away and caught up. I didn't mean for you to get married. This was just a chance for you to find some hot dude in down under, and then,
and hug a koala and call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a plot twist for all of us, I think. But it's all good. I'm really excited. Yeah, I mean, me and him were both so not in a place or even open to being in a relationship. And it just like, we couldn't not. It's been awesome. It's been like the biggest plot twist of my life, but the best thing ever.
Yeah. Well, this is like not, we're not moving this right along here though. I mean, are you serious about this? Or is this like, is this a Red Book People magazine ploy or something? Because I can get y'all married. This.
Can you ordain?
Well,
are you ordained?
No, but I can be ordained quicker than you can get married. I mean, every time I turn around, there's some other Kelsea, party, because, we're going to get married. And freaking do it.
Well, here's the thing. We're both artists, and so it's very hard to find a day where you can do that. So we put it at the end of the year so we both can take time and actually do it.
I know you got a record coming out. So you released, 4 singles did I see?
Well, we have the Legends, which is the single. Right. And then, everyone's doing these instant grats now. So if you pre-order the album, you get a song. I mean, a lot of the people that have been following me have had my first record for like 3 years. So I'm like, let's get some songs out. So that's kind of what we've been doing to like hype the record. But it comes out in 2 weeks.
So Legends, like you're neon in the middle of a gray something or other. And yeah, so what does this song mean? Is this like your love is so important to you that you feel like Legends in the...
It's kind of a chameleon of a song. I wrote it 3 years ago when I was going through a breakup, and it came from the perspective of like, I think when you are able to look back on something that didn't work out and let go of the bitterness and just appreciate it for what it was, I think that's really when you're able to move forward. And so that was kind of me doing that. But then when it was time to cut it and then time to pick it as a single, I was like, I don't know if I'm connected to this anymore because I'm not in that place anymore. And as I was listening to it, it changed meanings for me. And so to me now, it's a song of like nostalgia and reflection, but it's not necessarily about a love that ends. So yeah, it's a love song to me now. It's completely different than how I wrote it, but I think it can kind of go with either scenario, which is cool.
I know you said somewhere that, which most artists do, that this music reflects me and what I'm doing.
Sure.
But here's an example where you're just making it work for where you are.
Yeah.
And also, I think as an artist, I get grief sometimes, like just for writing songs about some girl breaking my heart or whatever. You're like, you're in a 36-year marriage now, I mean, this isn't about you, and this doesn't make any sense. But I mean, as writers, does everything have to be about where you are? Right? Can't you call on memories? Don't you have days when you're looking back at stuff and going, or even looking forward to things?
Yeah. I mean, I think for now, I love writing about the right now of my life, but I'm sure I'll always write about breakups, even though that's not what I'll be going. You know what I mean? I think you can always tap into those emotions that you've felt at one point in your life, for sure.
Isn't it like PTSD therapy or something? Writing songs? Yes, seriously.
It is.
I mean, you never truly get over someone who really broke your heart. It doesn't mean that you can't move on.
You can always tap into it, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff hangs around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And isn't it boring just to go, lolly, 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 everything's so good, and I love my life?
Yeah.
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 You did a really cool thing. I'm really involved with the CMA Foundation, and whatever. And I enjoyed your experience of going back and hooking up with your teacher, your music teacher, and back in Knoxville.
I'm going to go perform at my high school Saturday, and that's gonna be the way that we kick off album week. And I I can't even think about it without tearing up. Like, I am so excited. Like, that school, I was there for 2 years, and then I moved to Nashville to be a singer. And the 2 years that I was at that school were like the most life-defining years that I've had. And it was the first time that I ever played a song that I'd written on stage and sang on stage and all that stuff. And so I get to go back and do a show there in the gymnasium Saturday. And I'm so freaking excited and emotional already. Like, I just feel like it's the most pure way to like start chapter 2. You know what I mean? I'm really excited.
What do you think is the best message you can leave with those young people?
That, like, I think whether you want to be a musician or an athlete or a doctor or whatever it is, obviously, like, the path is hard and it's not always going to work out, but there always has to be an exception to the rule, and there's no reason it can't be you, because I'm that, you know? I think that's what I would say. Yeah.
What do you think about Plan B for kids? I mean, do you ever talk to, sometimes I do, and I'm not sure if it's the right thing, but when I talk to young people about, like in music classes and stuff like that, that everybody in there's probably got the same big dream.
Yeah.
But what if the dream doesn't work? What if the big dream doesn't work?
I think it's important to be smart. Like, me and my mom made a deal. She was like, you have to stay in school until you get a job in music, until you can like move out and pay rent. And that was our deal. She moved me to Nashville, and she put me in college for 2 years until I got a publishing deal and I could pay rent, you know? But I'm so thankful for that time, you know, because I got to take marketing classes and communications classes and whatever. And that was my plan B, you know? So I think it's important to be smart. Yeah.
What communication, you say your plan B, because I know I did this, you know, it wasn't like, I wrote songs for a living, but
Yeah.
I also was starting to have a family at that point. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, how much of a living, is this enough to really put my kids through college?
Yeah.
You know? And I was always looking at what can I do if I don't do this? So you say communications and whatever. What do you think you
I mean,
would've
I was
chased?
undecided. I don't know what I would be doing.
You
I
were
really
young
don't.
enough. You were still chasing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can't tell you what I'd be doing. I'm not sure.
But you think you seem to be pretty good at following a lead.
Thanks.
Yeah. But I mean, doesn't life doesn't it kind of drop breadcrumbs for you along the way?
Totally, yeah.
And and there may be 2 paths, and it's like, I think
Which
this one
one
may
do I-
actually go to the gingerbread house.
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on Peter Pan. Congrats on Legends. It's a cool song.
Thanks.
I think it's going to do good. And all this other fun stuff you're doing, I think you're chasing a lot of good breadcrumbs here.
Thank you. I hope so.
Seems to be working.
Hopefully I find the gingerbread house.